Okay, we're live. Hi, everyone. Good evening, good morning to people who are joining in from the US. Welcome to this session. Just leave us a hi with your name. Hi from Texas. Great. With your name and the city that you're from. My name is Aparna. I'm going to be your host for today. And we are streaming from Bangalore, India. It's great to have brought this session to you. Just quickly introduce yourself. Give me a hi on the chat with your name and the name of your city as well. If you're watching us on YouTube, uh, again, leave us a hi and just let us know your name and the city.
Great.
that you're
And
from.
hello, and I'm Jonathan from Brown University. I'm in Rhode Island, so right on campus in Providence. Great to see everybody joining us today.
Yes, it's great to see a lot of people from different parts of the world. Okay. Mir
Steve.
Arsalan is from Karachi, Vasant is from India, Rubina is from USA, someone from Philippines, Meghna from Hyderabad, Johannesburg, nice. West Africa. Okay. Jason from Nairobi. Nice to have you, Jason. Okay, someone from UK. Oh, please leave your name on the chat because we'll not be able to identify it. Or you can rename yourself on Zoom. People on YouTube, leave us a hi. Let us know where you're from. Yes. We're just about to get started. I'm just waiting for more people to join. Yes, yes, great. Wahid from Bangladesh, Ethiopia. Nice to have all of you here. Okay. So you all know why you're here. You're going to understand the differences between a data scientist and a machine learning engineer today and how these roles are different. What kind of opportunities can you take up? And what kind of skills do you need to possess in order to pursue these career paths? Okay, so that's going to be the agenda of the session today. And we're also going to understand how the Brown University Applied AI and Data Science course shapes you into becoming a data scientist, and also how you can enroll into the program. We'll take you through the steps. We'll also help you understand how our past learners have leveraged this course, and then we'll proceed to the Q&A, right? So because most of you have already joined, let me just lay this for you guys. People asking me about certificate. You will receive a certificate towards the end of the set. I mean, we'll collect your names and then we'll roll out the certificate in the next couple of days. Also, if you miss something and you would want to watch the recording, you will get the link to the recording along with the certificate in that email. Okay, right? So remember, those questions will just end up getting repetitive. So remember, you will get a certificate. This is also for people on YouTube. Let's say you would want a certificate. I'll give you an email ID where you can ask these questions as well. But remember, we will collect your name towards the end and you will receive a certificate, in the next couple of days, because we get a lot of these questions. I don't want to be repeating this because the agenda of the session is obviously to learn and take as much as possible and learn the differences between the two roles. Okay? Yeah. So if you have questions about your career paths, if you have questions about how you can pursue and become a data scientist, use the Q&A box. Do not use the chat box. Yeah. Is my voice clear to everyone? Someone said I will need to adjust my voice. Is it audible? Yes. Okay. Great. Great.
I can hear you. Yeah.
Someone said I need to adjust my mic. Anyway, good, good. Glad that it's clear and glad that we also set the ground rules. Let's quickly get started. Just a quick introduction about Simplilearn. Simplilearn offers various digital skills across domains, data science being just one of them. So if you're interested in checking out our course portfolio, simplylearn.com is the website. You could check out courses in any domain, including data science, tech, AI, machine learning, and all of the other domains. Yeah. Okay. So quickly about who our speaker is going to be. Jonathan is here to explain you these differences. Jonathan, if you could quickly introduce yourself to the audience.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Aparna. It's very great to be here today, join you and everyone joining us. I do work at Brown University. We partnered with Simplilearn in this course, and it's great to work with them. I have worked in higher ed and at Brown now for just a little under 10 years, working in the corporate and executive education portfolio. So that is all the professional development and professional educational courses. It's great to be here and just talk about this amazing class. Obviously, in the industry that we see here today, AI is top of mind for everybody. And at Brown University, particularly in the professional school of studies, we want to help create the solutions with you today to do great things tomorrow. So again, great for you to be here today, and we hope that we can really answer all your questions about this class.
Great, thanks so much, Jonathan, for your introduction. Let's understand you guys a bit more. So we want to understand what your work experience has been so far, not necessarily in the data science domain. So I'm just going to quickly launch a poll. Yeah, just choose whatever option seems the most suited to you. Let us know what your overall work experience has been, and this needn't be limited to data science. Also, people on YouTube, you could answer this question on the live chat. Thanks so much for your introductions. Michael, Mania, all of you guys, great to have you guys. Just let me know what your work experience is. On the poll, not on the chat, because you'll be having a lot of these polls in the upcoming segments. You'll have to use the poll here. I might also switch off the chat box sometime to avoid distraction. So try and use your poll. Great. Poll is not working. Okay. Okay, we've got 70% of you who've responded. Okay, I think I'll end the poll here. I'm just going to share it with Jonathan as well.
Great.
Yeah. So half of them have more than 5 years of experience.
Absolutely.
About a third of them are still studying. They're still students. I mean, it's most relevant to them to understand which role they can choose. Okay, great. Let's jump right into the session and understand the differences between these two roles, how a data scientist is different from a machine learning engineer. Okay, so a quick recap of the ground rules. If you have questions, please use the chat box. And because there are a lot of you today, we've got more than 200 of you today. I'm going to keep the chat box off for a while to just avoid distractions. Just again, please use the Q&A box. Okay, yeah. So let's just understand the role differences between a data scientist and a machine learning engineer. So Jonathan, can you take them through these differences?
Yeah, so the key difference here is data science is focusing on the data analysis, statistical modeling, and data-driven insights. This is different, as you can see here, that the machine learning is really focused on the scalability, the model performance, and algorithmic development. The deliverables from those two different focuses are going to be, one is going to deliver a business-focused results based on data patterns. The other one is delivering and implementates machine learning models in production. So these are really going to be where, why you're going to want to pursue one course or the other is what are you going to deliver? A business focused result or a more machine implemented result. Obviously, the different tools you're going to be looking at Python, R, SQL, Jupyter, and notebooks, while the tools for machine learning are the TensorFlow, PyTorch, Kubernetes, I always pronounce that wrong, and ML flow. So these are really the differences that we wanted to focus on and talk about here in this presentation and this class. Thank you.
Correct. So we're also going to be touching upon these tools when we talk about the course as well. Just going to let's just understand now the skills that you need to become a data scientist.
Yeah, the data scientists are going to be looking at lots of math and statistics, probability, hypothesis testing, really looking at that kind of abstract thinking. Machine learning, you're looking at basic knowledge of the algorithms, the classification, the regression, communication. Data scientist is presenting insights clearly to the stakeholders that they are working for, again, that deliverable. And apart from these, there are technical skills as well. Again, we want to be looking at Python and R, data wrangling in SQL, visualization in Seaborn and Tableau. So this is where the data scientist is really looking at the data that they're getting. Basic algorithms, probability, hypothesis. What are they looking at? What is going to be the most likely outcome for some of what they're working on?
Right.
Yep. Machine engineer, again, they are looking at mathematics, but in a more advanced understanding of linear algebra and calculus. They're looking at algorithm optimization, turning models for performance, as well as experience with larger data sets, cloud computing. And in the data sets, there are going to be some things that you'll be able to do here in this class using data and data sets. Technical skills are going to be Python, C++, Java. Deeper learning is PyTorch, as well as Docker and ML Flow for model deployment. So this is a little bit of the overview of the differences between this data scientists and machine learning engineers.
Yes, so it's kind of clear now that you need some programming knowledge for both these roles. Of course, it's not mandatory for you to do or become an engineer in computer science for this, but you will need to pick up these skills as you go forward. So could you just take them through the career growth and opportunities as what they can become if they choose the data scientist path?
Yeah, so a data scientist is looking at machine intelligence lead. They're looking at overseeing data-driven decision-making processes. They're ensuring the delivery of actionable insights to the business stakeholders. So they are working with the leadership in their particular organization and really giving them the data to, again, make a hypothesis and a probable outcome for those decisions. Data science manager is looking at the teams, the projects. They're leading the strategies to drive that optimization and innovation for the business outcomes through the data analysis. There's another opportunity for career growth is to become eventually a VP of data analytics, leading the organization's data strategy, the governance, the analytics driven to maximize the value of data, depending whatever the organization may be, really using that information so you can have the best outcomes, again, the probable outcomes and success for your organization, for your team, and the decisions that they're going to have to make. For a machine learning engineer, you're looking at AI and ML lead. This is guiding the development and implementation of AI and machine learning models, to solving complex business problems. You're looking at AI architect, designing and implement scalable AI infrastructure for whatever your organization may be. And we know now that AI is going to be used in all sorts of industries, all sorts of organizations, not just in something that's related to IT, but really any industry. And these are going to be solutions that are going to align with an organization's technological goals and their growth. Chief Technical Officer, of course, that's somewhere where you can grow into, and that's overseeing the organization's technological strategy, ensuring the cutting edge AI and ML solutions are effectively integrated into the organization and the business that you're looking for. Again, really driving that data, that input, and the machine learning that you really want to have as that Chief Technical Officer.
Right. And this can apply, like you said, to any industry, any domain. So all they would need is to develop an understanding of how these models are built, and of course, some programming knowledge and some statistics background as well. So we'll come to that in a while. And let's just understand how you can exactly transition to these roles. Of course, we'll talk about the applied AI and data science course in depth. But just a quick overview of what are the key steps that you will need to follow, if you can take them through.
Yes, so upskill in data science, enroll in certifications, learn Python, gain hands-on project experience. The ML engineer focus will be focusing on ML algorithms, cloud computing, and deep learning frameworks. Leveraging your existing skills, analytical thinking, problem solving, and business acumen. These are really going to be the transition for these roles are upskilling again in data science, ML engineer focus, as well as leveraging your existing skills.
Exactly. So you will need some business acumen to understand how these models are actually going to help drive business decisions, or how exactly data sets are used in order to kind of understand patterns or understand customer engagement data, whatever that is that you're building. You will need to have some business acumen there, and of course it involves a lot of analytical thinking, problem solving, just to understand, break down the data into actionable points for business leaders, right? So it is a beautiful kind of correlation, I mean, I would say, or kind of a mix between business acumen and technical skills that you will need to possess in order to transition to these roles, right, Jonathan?
That is right.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So now that you've understood the key steps that you will need to take in order to transition to these two roles, let's understand from you as to what is exactly stopping you from developing this expertise. But before that, a question that we usually ask, I'm going to open the chat box for this. What is your background right now? I mean, what is it that you're working as? If you can just let me know on the chat. Also use the YouTube live chat to answer this question, not the one on the poll. What is your background like? What do you currently do? Just let me know on the live chat. Questions, we'll take questions in a while, but now right now I would want to know what the background is, just for us to understand you even better, right? Yeah, because you might be having these questions as to how you can exactly transition from what you're doing to becoming a data scientist. Yeah, great. We've got diverse people from diverse backgrounds. Some of you are an AI engineer, some of you are a data analyst, business analyst, a data architect, someone is a master's in zoology. Okay, interesting transition. Someone is a
A lot
top.
of different backgrounds. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Different careers.
Yes, different careers. Someone is in public health. So 75-80% are, from the computers background. So someone is a software developer. Okay. Okay, someone is from compliance, civil engineering. Okay, great. Great, thanks so much for your responses. Now that we've understood what your background is, what is exactly stopping you from becoming a data science expert or a data scientist? Let us know through this poll. I'm going to launch a poll again on Zoom. Okay, and this time you should be able to answer it. Let me know on the poll as to what is exactly stopping you from becoming a data science expert. It can be anything. You might not be able to find a course that's comprehensive enough. You don't have the practical exposure. You find it difficult to learn from pre-recorded lessons, or your work schedule does not allow. Whatever your reasons are, just let us know on the poll. Great, thanks so much for your responses. Please use the poll now to answer the question. Yeah, great. We already see some questions on the Q&A box. I encourage more people to ask any more questions that you have. Please put it on the Q&A box and we'll answer that towards the end. Questions about the slide deck. I'm not sure what you're going to do with the slide deck. You're going to get the recording. We'll collect your names and then we'll share the recording with you, Nelson. Okay. So this is also being streamed on YouTube. So if you want to take a look at it right away, you can still do that. Great. Okay. Thank you so much for your responses on the poll. Remember, I keep the poll live only for 1 to 1.5 minutes. Yes. So I'm just going to share the results here with Jonathan as well. You can
Yeah,
see,
great.
yeah. So a lot of them feel they don't have the practical exposure they need
Mm,
to become a data scientist, right? And also some of them feel they don't have a course that's comprehensive enough,
that's right.
right? Yeah. So, yes, more questions coming in. But before we take questions, let me just take you through this course because this addresses all of the four concerns that we just listed. This has a comprehensive curriculum. This also offers you practical exposure that you need in the form of projects, in the form of live practice with tools, helping you understand how real data sets, how you can derive insights and make them usable to data analysts. You also get a course that is fitting your lifestyle and your work schedule. Some of you felt that your current work schedule does not allow you to upskill, right? But this course fits perfectly. It will fit perfectly in your schedule and your lifestyle, right? So we'll talk about this course in a while. So let's just understand how Brown is really involved in shaping the course. So Jonathan, if you can take them through this partnership.
Yeah, so through the partnership, those who don't know, Brown University is an Ivy League school based in Rhode Island. This course is done with our School of Professional Studies, which is the school and the place here at Brown that is committed to academic excellence and intellectual freedom and creating professional development for executives and others who are already working in the field. You may have already earned a bachelor's or a master's, or maybe you have neither, but you want to pivot your career, you want to further your career. The School of Professional Studies is meant for anyone who is already working and wants to have a change or expand their skill set. At the School of Professional Studies, we inspire and prepare graduates and professional learners to transform the way the world works for good. And we do that through offering multiple programs. This particular program you hear is for AI. We offer others in leadership and management. We offer some other technical courses as well in other AI areas, as well as mindfulness and as well as effective communication. So any professional development course that you may need for your skill, to up your skills and to pivot your career, we have here to offer you. As you can see, we've been around for 10 years within Brown University. We are celebrating our 10-year anniversary at the School of Professional Studies this year. We're very excited about that. And we'd love for you to join us for this course.
Great. Thanks so much, Jonathan, for that. So let's just understand what your eligibility criteria has to be. Now, remember, you understood the differences between the roles. You also understood what kind of skills you need, whether it's technical or, soft skills. So you do understand now that there needs to be some basic understanding of mathematics and statistics and programming concepts. You will need to have that for being, part of the course. So let's say you don't have this background. I'm going to answer this question on behalf of Jonathan because I'm sure there are a lot of these questions that say, I am this, I'm so and so, and I want to transition and become a data scientist. So I think a quick pointer would be to develop these skills first and probably join the course, or you can still do it simultaneously, I guess. It won't be as challenging, but you will need to have that background. And of course, you will need to have a degree, an undergraduate or, an undergrad diploma or something that's equivalent to that. You will need to be 18 years and above. And of course, some prior work experience is going to help you develop more practical understanding of how, how these roles are whatever. I mean, how these roles are applied in real-time scenarios. So that is why we recommend that you have some work experience, but it's not mandatory. Okay. So let's just understand now as to how this course exactly prepares you to become a data scientist. Jonathan, can you please take them through the curriculum as well?
Yes, as you can see, there are 8 distinctive steps and different steps you'll go through in this learning path for the AI and data science skills, beginning with an introduction for Brown, introduction to the AI and data science program, getting started with the AI, exploring all of the content. This will kickstart your journey with the introduction session and get to know what is going to be carefully curated program offers. The next step, integrated, will also be gaining a complete understanding of the applied AI and data science program, as well as understanding the course modules and the topics that are going to be covered. You're then going to transition into the foundations of data science, which is going to be understanding the fundamentals of statistics and basic categories of data science, learning about the background of Python and its functionalities, as well as a dive deep into the various Python libraries like NumPy and Pandas. From there, you will be then into the next step, understanding the data, acquiring knowledge about machine learning, including a comprehensive understanding of the diverse algorithms employed within its domain, explore and study the various algorithms utilized in machine learning, and again, dive deep into the intricacies of exploratory data analysis, mastering the techniques and methodologies used to examine, visualize, and interpret data sets to extract meaningful insights to make informed decisions, again, giving the leadership of your organization the probable outcomes of what you're going to be doing. The next step is preparing the model. Learn how feature engineering is used to prepare a machine learning model, delving into unsupervised learning and gain proficiency in various techniques, including k-means clustering, hierarchical clustering, and dimensionality reduction. From there, you're training the model. Learn the theoretical and practical aspects of model training. Gain proficiency in assessing the performance of models by utilizing established evaluation measures and matrices commonly explored and employed in the industry. Master the skill of model fine-tuning to improve your efficiency. From there is the deep learning, gaining a solid understanding of deep learning, training artificial neural networks to perform complex tasks, learn how deep learning enables the automatic learning of hierarchical representations of data, and become familiar with RNNs, and learn to create and utilize GANs for content generation. We're then going to move into generative AI and learn about the taxonomy of generative model families and the ways to build them. Looking at generative models and understanding the concepts of variational autoencoders, general adversarial networks, and diffusion models and transform. The last step will be the capstone. This capstone project will allow you to implement the skills you have learned throughout the program. You will solve industry-specific challenges by leveraging various AI and data science techniques as learned across the various modules in the program. This project will help you showcase your expertise to potential employers as you want to transition and add skills to your resume.
Yeah, exactly.
This is, yep. Go ahead.
Sorry. That's exactly, so I was just about to add to what you said. So this capstone project is exactly going to, one, showcase to your employers that you have some practical knowledge and expertise in how you can implement your learnings. Second, it is going to give you that confidence to kind of tell your employers that you do that. If even if you don't have relevant work experience, you can still tell them that you've worked on a real-time data set. Right. So people asking about the course fee and the fee structure, we did get a lot of questions there. So I'm just going to quickly share, the link to the course. Just give me a moment. Here you go. Yes. So you can check out the course fee there, and also all of the details that we're sharing. It's available on the course page. Okay, just to add to what Jonathan said, we have faculty that is world-renowned. We've got experts that have immense experience in the domain. So Shikhar Prasad is one of them, and he's an adjunct professor at Brown University. So Jonathan, could you just take them through of the other speakers as well? Yeah.
Yeah, Shrikar Prasad is an adjunct professor here at Brown University. He has been teaching with Brown, I would say about close to 10 years now. He teaches data science as well as holding a position with us at School of Professional Studies. He also holds a position with the Watson Institute, also here at Brown University. He's held artificial intelligence, product and technological leadership roles at Meta Platforms, Wayfair, and Alphabet in the industry. As he is an adjunct professor, he's still holding those positions. So he is still working in the industry, close to what's happening and understanding where the industry is going, as well as bringing all of that information back to here at Brown University. We're really happy to have him, and we're really happy that we developed this program with him. And he is the creator of all this curriculum that you'll be reviewing and going through while you take the course.
Got it. Got it. Great. So here are quick tools and platforms that you'll be learning. Of course, Jonathan touched upon these tools while we were talking about the two roles as to what you would need in order to become a data scientist. You will be getting exposure to these tools as well. Of course, practical exposure to these tools will, like I said, give you the confidence and understanding of how exactly organizations use data sets to kind of generate insights and take action from them. Okay, so this is just a quick summary snapshot. Of course, there are many more tools that you will be learning, and you can find that on the course page. And let's just take them through what projects they're going to be working. So Jonathan, if you can explain just as an example of what they'd be doing in a project.
Yeah, so these are your capstone projects. So these are some options that you'll be able to choose from. One is a retail sales analysis, analyzing a company's sales data for a fourth quarter. Another one is employee turnover analysis, utilizing predictive analysis to predict employee turnover time. Again, something really important for HR. Creating a deep learning model that can predict the ability of loan applicants to repay them, and that's the project number 3. Or project number 4, identifying credit card fraudulent transactions, analyzing the database provided, building a mode to identify fraudulent credit card transactions from legitimate ones. We really like these capstone project choices because it really gives a cut across multiple industries. You can see here that you can work in HR, you can work for finance and banking, you could work for or you can work for a company's data driven for production and sales. So we really like these two projects to just show that there's different things you may want to work in and work towards. But also the AI is going to be affecting lots of different industries and lots of different parts of organizations.
Yes, absolutely. So now that you've understood about the course, just like a quick summary. So you've got a curriculum that's built to help you succeed as a data scientist or an ML engineer. You've also got an academic masterclass from Brown University. You've got faculty and advisors who are experienced and immensely knowledgeable. You've got exposure to tools and platforms that are commonly used by people in these roles. And then, of course, you've got these projects that help you gain the practical exposure that you said you don't have, right? So all of this is available to you in the form of a learning environment. We usually show a quick demo of that, but unfortunately today we're not able to log in to the learning environment. But I'll quickly tell you what happens exactly here is that you are able to manage and look at your curriculum all in one place. You also will be able to reach out to our support team. Let's say you have a question about accessing the curriculum itself, or just understanding where you start, what you do with the course, can be anything. You can reach out to our 24/7 support there on your learning management system. And you also access your live classrooms there. You access your self-learning material there, assessments, your projects, all of that happens on your learning environment, right? So of course, there are also other learning tools that you can use, like taking notes, or it can be just interacting with your advisors. It can also be used for downloading some self-learning content that is available in the course. So you will be able to access all of this once you are enrolled, and once you're taken on board, you will be taken through how you're going to be using this system to understand and track your progress. Okay, and that is where you'll be unlocking your certificate as well. Now, what happens is that, let me just show you the certificate first, and then we'll talk about the learner reviews. So this is how your certificate looks like. So this you unlock after you've finished a certain portion of the course, and also have finished your electives along with your capstone. Okay, So this is how the certificate looks like. And let's say you're wondering how you can take a look at this information after, the webinar is done. You can take a look at it from the course page. Remember, I shared the link on the chat. For people on YouTube, it's available on the video description. You can check the course page here for all the details that you want, right? All of these that we mentioned, the curriculum, what the certificate looks like, what kind of skills and tools you'll be learning, what the projects are going to be, who your advisors are going to be. Everything is available right here. Okay? Yes. So let's just understand how our past learners have leveraged this course and have picked up roles such as data scientist or a machine learning engineer. So one such example is Marcus, and we also have Samantha, who have used this course and kind of understood and applied this in their career. And they've also, some of them have also received a raise as a part of this transition. Okay, so you can check out these reviews as well, and also these learner profiles as well. So their LinkedIn profile is linked on the course page. So let's say you're still wondering if this course is the right fit for you. Remember that our learners come from diverse backgrounds. So you don't really need to come from a core tech company in order to become a part of the program. Remember, I only said that you need to have a certain understanding of mathematics and programming background. You will not need to work in a tech company to become eligible for this. Okay, so if you feel that you want to transition to these interesting roles, this course is the right fit for you, just head on to the course page and fill in your details if you're interested. Or let's say, you would want to express your interest right away and want to be contacted by a learning advisor, then you can answer this poll question. So we're launching another poll question asking you, would you like to enroll in the program? So if you just click a yes, your learning advisor will contact you soon, and then they'll explain you all of these details, and then you can make a decision. So what happens after that is that you are given an application form, you fill the form, fill in your details, just the basic details about which school you graduated from, what your scores have been. And once we feel that you met the eligible criteria, the admissions panel rolls out an offer letter. Okay, so once you've paid the fee is when you're a part of the course. Okay, yeah. So, yeah. Do you want to summarize, whatever we just said, Jonathan, just to like summarize whatever we've said so far before we head to the Q&A?
Yeah, this is a great class. We definitely encourage you to check out the website for some of our learner reviews. As we spoke about really quickly, these are people who are from many different industries. And even within an industry, they are not all in IT particularly. They're looking, you could offer this data science as a way to provide information for your organization in many ways. Investment, production, HR, lots of different ways. So this is a great course. We do have a cohort starting in just a couple of days. So we encourage you, if you want to join, to join now. The next cohort may be a little while away. So, fill out the interest, but it may be a little while before you can join another cohort. So we do encourage you to do that now if you can. And yeah, we're happy you're here. So, thank you.
Great. Thanks, Jonathan, for that. So while we take responses for the poll, someone was asking me about the course fee and why we haven't exactly added that on our slides here. Remember, the course fee is available on the website. It's just easier for you to check the course fee in your region rather than us adding it in INR or USD or whatever. So it's just easier if you take a look at the course page. So yeah, I'm just going to take you, take some questions here. Okay, people on YouTube, you will not be able to answer the poll. If you are interested, what you can do is to click on the course page link, submit your details, and someone will contact you. Okay, the poll is for people on Zoom. Yeah, all right. So do not worry if you don't respond On the live chat, we're looking at questions. Okay, so one question we've got from Abdul Jonathan is that this person has got a great foundation of machine learning, can in fact also teach new concepts to students. But he feels that he cannot apply the knowledge that he has. He's got ideas, project ideas that he can implement, but he somehow is not able to translate that to reality. So
Hmm.
what is your advice to him?
Yeah, it sounds like this might be one of one of the steps. One of the modules in the class is understanding the data. So you're acquiring knowledge, and including a comprehensive understanding of that, discovering processes, collecting the data. That I think, how can you apply it? That's probably I think what you're asking. So when you get that information, when you get that data, well, then what? How do you do it? What do you do with it? So understanding the data and preparing the model, those two modules might be really great for what you're looking for. You obviously you see where the information is, it sounds like, and you understand how to get it, but then what do you do? And that's where those modules might really be a lot of help for that.
Exactly. Great. That I think, I hope, Abdul, that answers your question. Let me see if we have similar questions here. Anonymous, okay, someone anonymous has asked, which job roles, data scientist, ML engineer, or a business analyst is a better choice as a fresher to join today in India, to go to? To go to product manager, project manager, or a data science consultant role. So he wants to step up to become a product or a project manager or a data science consultant after he's done his MBA business analytics. So he wants to understand which role is the best one for him or her after they've done their MBA business analytics.
That's a great question. I mean, the data scientist career growth, right? So we talked about business intelligence lead or data science manager. It sounds like those might be, I think if I understand the question, those might be the best place after you take the course and have the certificate under, on your resume, and where the best place to go, as I know, as a product or project manager, a business intelligence lead or data science manager, those are two great places where you can end up, that where you're kind of managing projects and teams, and strategies driving the innovation. So as a project manager, you probably have a lot of experience with that, kind of gathering the troops and getting everybody on board for the same goal. So that might be a great place for you to look at.
Yeah, great. Hope that answers your question as well. Someone is a CE graduate. Okay, I'm not sure what CE is. Interested in machine learning. However, I'm currently pursuing my DS master's degree at Istanbul. I'm in my first year. Is it possible for me to become a both ML engineer and a data scientist? Is it going to be hard for me? What are your recommendations? He wants to become both.
Yeah, I can tell you that I believe we say that this course is about 5 hours a week.
Yeah.
I think, is that correct?
Yes.
So, you know, can you do both? Is it hard? I mean, I guess that's really up to you. I don't know what kind of workload, and study load you have now. I can tell you that this is a 3-month course, with weekly, with at least 5 hours or so, of work that you're going to have to dedicate to this. We also have, and I'm not sure if we spoke about today, electives, master classes that you can join live with the instructor. So that might be, again, another hour or so, that you'll be looking at. So, can you do both? I'm sure you can. But it's up to you if you think that it's is it the right time to do both right now, or finish one, focus, and then move on to the other one.
Exactly. I think that's a better way to go about it. But it's totally up to you and how you want to split your time. Right. Great. So we're done with that. I think okay, there's no 100% placement guarantee, but there's certainly some assistance on how you can position yourself to your employers and how you can prepare for your job interviews. But there's no placement guarantee. That's not what we offer. It's not a part of the course, so not. Okay, what are the key differences between an ML engineer and an ML ops engineer. Okay, so I think ML engineer is the one who actually develops and optimizes machine learning models. And ML ops engineer is someone who is actually involved in implementing those models, more of the operational aspects of implementing them. So that's the difference. But I think you would still need this course to transition to either of the two, right, Abdul?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, is in school learning? No, that's not even a question. Can you send us the slide deck presented by Jonathan? Okay, it's the same slide deck. You will see the recording. I'm not really sure what they're going to do with the deck when they actually have the recording. Anyway, they have the
So
recording.
I'll just answer you. Yeah, you will get a link to watch this later on at your leisure and to review back the information. Absolutely.
And people, if you're still wondering on where you can find the recording, you can find this right away after the session is done on YouTube. So you just head to Simplilearn's YouTube channel and you'll find this session there if you want to take a look at it. Okay, another one on the content of the webinar. Okay, how do I start this career path? What is the starting point for someone who does not have much knowledge in this area? Yeah, this probably you can take, Johnson.
I think this would be a good class. Again, you are starting with an introduction for applied AI and data science, a program overview. One of the modules is a foundation of data science. We do say that you should have some experience in some of the programming, some of the things we use. Python, if you don't have any experience in them, I think you might be okay, but I think it's going to be a little hard. So I think you want to have some background in some of those tools to just understand how they work and how to use them. A couple of the projects and work that you do during one of the modules, I do believe you need to use one of them for it. So you don't have to have a degree in a particular field or background in a particular field, just an understanding of the tools, the platforms that you'll be learning, that you'll be using during the course.
Right. Great that someone anonymously asked this question. Okay, Prashant has this question. I want to know about the future scope of data analytics in India. You hold an MBA degree with specialization in business analytics. You don't have, I mean, you're still not able to apply for a data analyst job. You can't apply as a fresher. You've tried various platforms. You've also created a profile. You've done projects. You've got 2 internships of a data analyst as well as a machine learning engineer. You already hold such a level where I can clear all rounds of data analyst, still not able to move forward as a fresher. How can we get these jobs being a fresher? I think his general question is, let's say he does, enroll in the course. How is this going to help him eventually land a job offer? Yeah, maybe. I mean, I do have some thoughts here, but Jonathan, you can share whatever you feel.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. I mean, we can't guarantee an outcome. We know what learners have their experience, their past learners, alumni from the program. I think you are going to, this is a certificate of completion for the course for AI program in data science. So how can it help you? I think it depends on the job you're getting, but I definitely think that this can be it's something that you can add to your resume and your skill set that you'll definitely use. Again, if you're already working in different industries, this is looking at the data, what to do with the data, and how to use that to your advantage. Again, whatever industry you're in. I keep going back to that, but if you're looking for increasing your job in HR or in production or in sales, using AI and data science is going to allow you to make those decisions and have the best information. So you're not doing a lot of guesswork. You're actually going to have the data and the data points that are going to be needed. And that is valuable to anybody. Any decision makers and any leadership and organization wants real data points. And this course is going to allow you to understand the data, prepare models, and be able to create deeper learning into the data that you want, so you can make those decisions better informed.
Yes, great. Thanks so much for answering that. We've got a lot of questions about when is the course starting. So the course cohort is starting very, very soon on the 30th of October. And about the course fee, please check the course page. The latest message on the chat will get you an understanding of whether you can afford it. There are also financing options. And if you still want to understand what these options are, the best person to do that, answer this question is a learning advisor. So how you can actually get a learning advisor to reach out to you is by answering the poll on Zoom, which is still live. So if you have selected a yes already, remember someone will contact you and answer all whatever concerns you have, questions you have, they will answer that. Alternatively, you can click on the course page, the link to the course page, or scan this QR code and enter your details there. Someone will again contact you. Okay? Yeah. So we're not going to be taking those questions again. A lot of them are about course fee and everything. Okay. So Prashant, I hope that answers your question. Let's take a question from Shoaib. So it's a huge question. Okay. Handling data imbalance. Interpreting. Okay. I don't really understand his question. Okay. In many real world applications, data is often. So, Shoaib, if you can kind of summarize what your question is, I don't really understand. He's written questions, but I'm not able to understand. These are questions. Yeah.
Yeah, so I would say again, as Aparna just said, if you go to the website and you'll be chatted to directly, and you'll have a learning advisor, that might be the better place for some of these questions that we can't necessarily answer. Live chat is always available, and that'd be a great place to directly ask some of these deeper questions. Yeah.
Exactly. So is there a practice quiz or something to understand if you have enough math or programming skills? Okay, there's no practice quiz as such, but I think when you fill up the application form, someone will know if you have the background or no, considering your undergrad subject or whatever that is. Let's say your scores in your high school and also your secondary school. So we kind of understand that once you fill in your application form. The admissions panel is the right person to take this decision. So there's no quiz as such. What is the name of the AI program? Well, the name of this program is Applied AI and Data Science. Yeah. If you've got more AI programs on your mind, then you can check out the website. If I'm more humanitarian, will it be easy to transition and learn programming? I'm not sure how that's relevant here, but I don't know. Okay. I don't know how to answer this.
Sure, yeah.
Yes, you should
If
be.
you mean your background is in humanitarian works or organizations, it depends on your base knowledge and experience you have in data science, AI, and IT. You don't need a lot, but you still need a little. I think humanitarian backgrounds and I don't want to call it industry, but the humanitarian industry and humanitarian courses and programs, organizations. I think data science can be really helpful learning about things, about people, their needs, things like that. Having those data points, those statistics, and making the decision of what to do next can certainly be, very useful and very impactful.
Right. Someone is asking me if they can talk to past learners. Yes, of course you can. You can check out the course page. I told you that there are learner profiles that you can look at, reach out to them on LinkedIn. Is it possible to get an advisor or mentor for those who have basic understanding of machine learning or deep learning? Again, Simplilearn does not exactly offer you that platform. So you can head to LinkedIn and just find someone whom you feel might be your advisor or mentor. Okay. Is there an opportunity for scholarship? Of course, no scholarship as such, but you get financing options. Degu. So if you can fill in if you can just answer yes on the poll, someone will reach out to you and explain the financing options. Is Simplilearn offering it or Brown University? Okay, it's a collaboration. between Simplilearn and Brown University School of Professional Studies. And the program advisors are from Brown University. That's how it is. And the course curriculum is also designed by experts. Would we be able to use the Career Resource Center at Brown to obtain positions while we're training in applied AI and data science? Will they be able to do that?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Would we be able to use the Career Resource Center at Brown to obtain positions while we're training?
Unfortunately not. So our professional development courses are non-credit. And the career services are for undergrads and graduate school or for credit learners. So unfortunately, you wouldn't have access to all of the privileges or all of the things that other students would have. This curriculum is developed again by our faculty at Brown that do teach other classes, but they're taking some of this information in these classes and developing them for us for professional development. So unfortunately, the answer is no. You would not be gaining access to some of the things at Brown University that undergrad students are able to access.
Got it. Thanks so much for answering that. One more question. Do they get a Brown University alumni kind of status with this course?
Yep. Again, no. We do give you, and Aparna can show you the certificate is from Brown University School of Professional Studies. It is a Brown completion certificate. But you are not, again, because this is non-credit, it's for professional development. You are not getting a Brown alumni status or a Brown ID status.
Right. And also,
and just to be clear, that goes for any of our courses at the Professional School of Studies.
Of course. The course duration, Somnath, is 3.5 months. 14 weeks is the duration of the course. What is the amount of time you would need to devote? About 5 hours a week. That's what you would need to devote. Course cohort timings, again, they're different based on wherever you are located. So again, a learning advisor is the best person to answer that. Okay. Now, Aishwarya has a question. I've heard that for interview, we need to have proper knowledge of all projects we've done. So I want to know what kind of questions do they ask related to the projects? Suggest a specific one. What kind of questions they may get related to a project?
That is a good question. I think I would have to again, I think I'd have to ask you to go to the website and talk to one of the learner advisors. I'm not as well versed in exactly what the capstone projects are asking or that kind of information. I haven't reviewed I haven't taken the class myself. But I know that it's great. So I would say if you reach out to one of our learner advisors, they'll be able to tell you some more details about those capstone projects.
Yeah, but I mean, generally speaking, if you've done a project, you should be well versed with what exactly you worked on, what is the outcome, what kind of problems you solved, how that's going to help, solve similar problems for the company. I mean, just questions on these lines. And obviously, break it down with logical explanations. You should be fine. Someone has already enrolled in a Simplilearn postgraduate program. There's a huge difference. Huge educational work experience background difference between the participants makes it difficult for the instructors to deliver advanced concepts. Don't you think that it's necessary to differentiate participants based on their background and deliver course content at a suitable level? I mean, we don't really separate cohorts based on experience. So, Jonathan, if you can take this.
Is it necessary to differentiate participants on their background and deliver the course? Not necessarily, because this is mostly an asynchronous class. So you are doing this on your own. It's not a live in-person class, though there are some parts where you can reach out to the instructor and the teaching team. So you're not going to be in a room or on a Zoom with other people other than once a month you can go to a master class. And actually, I think it would be great to have lots of other people giving who may be more or less experienced than you. They'll just be able to provide lots of different insight So I would, right now we don't look at it based on experience. It is a great introductory course into data science and AI, and you may want to continue your education, but this is going to be a great place to start and a great certificate to earn.
Yeah, exactly. Emmanuel, can it be done on weekends? Yes, you can. So I don't know if there's a cohort specifically for weekends. Because this is a more detailed and an elaborate program, you would have to spend some time as well on the weekdays. But again, because the cohort is starting next, in the next couple of days, you should be reaching out to a learning advisor very, very soon for you to get your answer on this question. Poll is not showing on my PC, anonymous attendee. Just scan the QR code and then you will be directed to the course page. How is this different from the IBM engineer course? Well, that course is slightly different. The curriculum is different. People involved in building the curriculum and the projects that you do, the skills that you gain are slightly different and what you're seeing, anonymous. Okay, so we've got okay, people saying you can't devote time. See, again, because we also have limited information about when the cohorts, what exactly are the cohort timings, who your trainers are exactly going to be. We won't be able to take that question specifically. So if you feel that you need your answer before you make a decision, just reach out to a learning advisor. When you head to the course page, you will find a bot. Just type your question there and someone should answer this for you. Okay, Somnath, that's my answer. And okay, what challenges do data scientists and machine learning engineers face in interdisciplinary collaboration and adapting to new technologies? What do you think they would face?
Hmm. That's a great question. I think the answer kind of lies in the question itself. I think interdisciplinary, you're going to have to show your work, as they say. You're going to have to show why these data points are showing what they're showing. You're going to have to, really be able to explain that. You're gonna have to show the background of that. Interdisciplinary, sometimes they may, question, well, if this is AI driven or data science, like why is this like legitimate? Where did it come from? And that's where you're gonna have to, show some of your work. You're gonna have to be able to describe and talk about that. I think this class is going to give you some good experience, particularly with the capstone project, how that worked, why this works, and you can go from there in that data. So you'll have that understanding of where the data came from and what it's really representing to show that.
Great. Someone has posted the question again about handling data imbalance, interpretability, feature engineering. I'd suggest you reach out to ask us at simplilearn.net and someone might answer that question for you. I think, Prashant, we've already answered that question about how you can land a job after having so much experience, internships, and all of that. Is there a room for waiver for people unable to pay the course fees? There's no waiver as such, but there are financing options which make it easier. I mean, which make the burden easier for you, if not, there's no option of waiver exactly. So maybe just check out the financing options. That also is available on the course page specific to your region. Let's say you're from India, you will know what your options are. Do we learn all these tools and programming languages? Yes, everything that we mentioned on the deck and on the course page, you will be learning all those programming languages. Okay. Will we also be taught how to create our own LLM at the end of the course? Not really. I think when you do your projects, you will understand how LLMs are generally built. I don't think you'll be building your own, but just understanding how they're built on real world data sets. That's how it's done. And okay, do share any recommendation letter. Maybe I think, okay, I think they mean references. Do you kind of refer them to find a job? Not really, but we help you find a job, anonymous attendee. Vivo 1818 has, okay, you are a civil engineer. Will you be able to do this course? Yes, you do have some mathematics background, so you should be able to adapt yourself well to this course. You would just need to learn some programming skills to be a part of this course. Okay, someone has a question here. I would like to use AI in my research in medical physics, such as medical imaging. Is this course useful to them? And a similar one for bioinformatics as well.
For medical and bio, yeah, the healthcare, absolutely. I think having data science, I think medical field and healthcare industry are very data driven, and being able to make predictions and being able to look at the data that's coming in about care and patient care and other things that, yeah, this will definitely be able to help you. In what way? I mean, it depends on where you're looking to go. But I can imagine lots of, again, healthcare is very data driven. So yeah, absolutely, you can be able to use this for that purpose. And once you're in the course, as you're going through it, ask the learning advisor or attend one of the master classes with the instructor, and perhaps they can you can ask them what capstone project may lend itself to a healthcare type industry, and which capstone project would be the smartest one to choose to give you that background and experience. So
exactly. So we'll just wrap up in the next 5 minutes. Are there any exams conducted? There are, of course, some assessments and quizzes that you can take. You will be able to access that on the learning management system. Someone is asking me for the poll. You can scan this QR and answer the poll question there. Okay. What advanced knowledge in statistics and machine learning is considered essential? Not exactly knowledge per se, but you will need that knowledge to use tools and the tools that we mentioned in the beginning of the session. You would need to understand statistics for that, not exactly to become data scientist per se, but when you become a part of this course, you will understand how statistics works in the whole realm of becoming a data scientist. Okay, one last question. Jasser has this question. How can a mathematics student become successful and become a data scientist or a data analyst? So what steps should they be taking? And the answer is straightforward, but yeah.
What steps to take the course?
Yeah.
Next
What
steps?
steps
Yeah.
to become a data analyst? Become successful. That's their question.
Yeah, to become successful, I think taking the course and taking it very seriously, earning the certificate, really putting it in your all. I think you can get, even though it is mostly asynchronistic, the more you put in, the more you get out. So taking it seriously enough that you are gonna learn a lot, and you're really gonna be able to talk about and use what you experience in the class to then take that next step in your career.
Exactly. For a full stack developer, what are the roles in data science? So responsibilities of a data scientist and a machine learning engineer we covered in the beginning of the class. So since you do have some programming background, Anu, I think it's going to be easier for you to transition because you need to have some basic knowledge of Python and R. So if you do have that, I think it's easy for you to transition already. Okay. When is the poll sent to me to reach out? In the next 12 to 24 hours, you should expect a call from a learning advisor. I think that's pretty much it. We've got similar questions on how to transition, what they can do, how is it useful exactly. So see, specific questions about how this is exactly useful in, say, pharmaceutical, or how is this exactly suitable for a civil engineer, we may not be able to answer because I am not, a civil engineer, or I'm not working in the pharmaceutical engineer in the industry there, or same was with Jonathan. So maybe if you want to understand how this exactly works, you could take a look at the curriculum or maybe understand from the projects as to how this is applied into your domain, right? So maybe that could just give you an insight of how becoming a data scientist in this domain works. Yeah. So I think that's my answer to your question. Or let's say once you take up the course, you may still have these questions. So the best person to ask that is your program advisor or trainer. Yes. So just to quickly summarize what we did, what we learned today, you understood the differences. You also understood your paths to becoming, taking up these roles. And then you also understood how you could become a part of this course. Yeah. So Jonathan, any parting thoughts that you have before we wrap up?
Yeah, I would say, as you said, the course, the next cohort starts in a couple of days. It's then going to be, this starts every 12 weeks. So if you are interested, I would, definitely take the time to do it now. But stay in touch because we will have another cohort, a little bit later, but it will be available. But thank you all for coming. And definitely go to the website and review our webinar and the information. Yeah, we look forward to having you in the program.
Great. I'm just going to launch that poll to rate this webinar as well. But thanks so much, Jonathan, for your time and also answering all the questions in detail. Some of the questions may be unanswered because there were too many of them and they were just similar. So I just kind of combined them. Like I said, if you do have questions, please reach out to your learning advisor. But thanks, Jonathan, again.
Thank you, everybody. You have a great day.
Yeah. Bye. I'll just quickly wrap up the certificate poll as well. A lot of you would want to know how you can receive your certificate. You can do that by answering this poll. I'm just going to quickly end the rating poll. Thank you so much for giving us a 5. On 5, here you go. So once you fill in your name here on the certificate poll, again, if you have trouble accessing it, this is your QR code. Yeah. Just scan this QR code, you'll be directed to a poll where you can enter your full name, and that's where you receive your certificate and the recording. You can share it on any social media platform and just to show you attended this session. Okay. So again, thanks so much for joining in and taking the time out to learn and understand what your path ahead should be. Okay, and I look forward to seeing some of you in the course as well. Yes, so I'm just going to keep the poll live for another 30 to 45 seconds before we wrap up. So please make it quick. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Yes, the chat box is off, so you might not be able to text us there. Someone is a textile technology student and has success in data science. Which will I first do? Okay, what is his first step to do in this course?
That's good. And this will have to be the last question. I really do have to go. Yeah, I would say that the first step again is reaching out, looking at you're taking the application, filling out the questionnaire, and the learner advisors will be able to advise you what the next step is, if there's any additional preparation you need or not. Again, this is a really great class, introduction into AI and data science. So I think just taking that step, filling out that application and looking at what you can do. So.
Great.
All right.
Anyway, thanks so much, Jonathan.
Thank you.
We're already running late. Bye-bye. So I think I'll also wrap up the session here. Thank you so much for answering the poll. Great. Thank you. Bye-bye then. Have a good night. And we'll see you in another class. Let's say you want to take a look at this recording. You can do that by watching us